Reading is incredibly valuable if you want to become fluent in English. It helps you with your vocabulary, it helps with grammar, and if you're reading aloud, it can even help you with your spoken fluency. I actually made a video about the importance of reading, so I'll leave a link to that for you. But that's not why you're here. You want to know what the best books are for beginner English learners. I'll give you 5 of my personal suggestions.
Robert teaches English.
My first choice is Short Stories in English for Beginners by Ollie Richards. Now, I highly recommend that if you're just starting to work on your reading skills, that you begin with short stories. This particular book offers 8 short stories in different genres. Everything from thriller to science fiction, even a little bit of history. Furthermore, the grammar in this book is stripped down just for beginners, sometimes even using the present tense to tell stories. Finally, as you can probably tell from the title, this book was written just for you if you are a beginner. It is meant to take you from that beginner level up to the intermediate level. You can find a link to this book in the description below. My next choice is Winnie-the-Pooh by A.A. Milne. Now, there are actually several Winnie-the-Pooh books, and any of them would make a great choice. Just like my last pick, these books are split up into short stories. Unlike my last pick, these short stories will all focus on the same characters and in the same setting, the 100-Acre Woods. These are technically children's books, but I find that they can be enjoyed by adults as well. Children's books do make excellent books for beginner English learners, especially if they can be appreciated by adults, the way Winnie-the-Pooh can. I would describe these books as odd, funny, wise, and heartwarming. I highly recommend any of the classic Winnie-the-Pooh books. Next up on my list is another enjoyable children's book, James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. This is a strange and fantastical story about an orphan boy who lives with his 2 terrible aunts. His life is extremely sad and lonely until by magic he is able to escape from his aunts on a giant peach and befriend some giant bugs. This may sound like a strange story, and it is. If you enjoy odd and quirky stories the way I do, James and the Giant Peach is a perfect pick for you. And in fact, any of the books written by Roald Dahl are probably going to also be a great choice. A couple others that come to mind are Matilda and the BFG. My 4th book is The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. Unlike my last picks, this is not a children's book, and I actually happen to have this particular book. This book tells the tale of a young Latina girl growing up poor with a large family in Chicago. It's a coming-of-age story filled with emotion and beauty. It is also written quite simply and split up into small and easy-to-read chapters. Don't be fooled, though. Regardless of how easy it is to read, this is a wonderful book. My 5th and final pick is The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. Like my last pick, this is not a children's book. It is meant for adults, and it is very well written, but just like my last pick, it is written in a simple and easy to read way. That's just Hemingway's style. He uses short sentences and tends to get right to the point. The Old Man and the Sea tells the story of an old Cuban fisherman and his great battle to catch a giant marlin. A marlin is a fish, by the way. It looks like this. This is probably the most advanced book on the list, but most of what you encounter will be new vocabulary words, so this would be a great opportunity to learn some new vocabulary. Regardless of which of these books you decide to read, I also highly recommend that you get the audiobook to go along with it. This way, you can read along with the native speaker, practicing your pronunciation and your spoken fluency. I like to use Audible for my audiobooks. In fact, I probably listen to audiobooks on Audible just about every day, so I'll leave a link to Audible for you in the description as well. Are you okay, Minu? She's making some funny noises there. I think maybe she's just sleepy though. Obviously, we all have different tastes in books, and these were 5 of my choices. But I would like to know what you would include in your list. What do you think are some good books for beginners? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your suggestions. And if you think you're actually ready to read more intermediate books, go ahead and take a look at this video. I made a video with 5 suggestions for intermediate books as well. So you can go ahead and click on that.